So apparently our new camera is fucking up the stream. Are we ever going to get this right?
No.
Not until I can afford to bloody...
No, the internet's just going to watch us learn.
Yeah.
The hard way.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I just kicked the cat in the face.
Oh, alright. Fuck me dead. I'm so sorry about that. Because yeah, apparently when we switch over to that camera, for whatever reason, it makes the whole stream come to an end. So I don't know why the fuck that happens, but it's happening and it's really, really annoying. Anyway, I'll just tell you what this board has, since you can't look at it with me. You got two 8-pin connectors for your CPU power. Awesome power delivery here on the MOSFET VRM coprocessors. 4 slots for our RAM. A total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm not missing an 8th. So 7. Oh no, I'm missing an 8th. 3, 6, 8. So 8 fan headers on this motherboard. Got USB-C, USB 3, 4 SATA ports, 3 USB 2s, so that's handy. We've got an X4 slot here, an actual true X4 slot. See that? It's not an X1 slot. Yep, that's a full X4 all the way along. And we've got our PCIe X16. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 M2s. No sneaky M2 on the back there. Around the back here, we've got 2.5 gigabit LAN, dual USB-Cs, a total of 10 USB ports. So, pretty decent board there. So let's get stuck right into it. I don't know why that camera's stuffing up all of a sudden, because we had tested this and it was fine, and now it just wants to screw itself up. I just don't know. Buy all new capture cards, start streaming at 4K. That'll be less problematic for sure. For sure. Alright, so we've got our Ryzen 7000 series chip. So just like Intel, it just has touchpads on the bottom. There are 2 little grooves on the top and the bottom of the chip that are off center, and they line up with 2 little grooves in the socket. You want to line them up and just very lightly, from less than ½ centimeter high, just let it sort of drop into the socket nice and evenly. And when you put the bar back down, the cap will come off there. That's completely normal. Don't freak out, you didn't break anything. Alrighty, so what's good is we're finally starting to see some actual faster, lower latency kits of RAM here in the DDR5. So I told people for a while, probably the first year that we had DDR5, I was telling people, yeah, look, it's not really there yet, and realistically you want to wait until there's some better value and faster, lower latency kits of RAM on the market. And so when DDR4 first came out, it used to have a if you wanted a 6000 megahertz kit, you had to deal with a latency of 40. Now you got a 6000 megahertz kit, but it's got a latency of 30. So it's like a 25% improvement on latency for the same speed. And if you know anything about RAM, you'll know that your speed of your RAM is constricted by the latency. So it's latency times speed equals performance.
And ZXT's released a new case that looks like the HYTE.
Oh, really? Oh, the H9, or is this something different as well?
H6.
H6? Oh, I haven't seen that. Oh, okay. It's like a reversed HYTE.
Mm-hmm.
Don't believe the HYTE.
Oh my god.
Don't like.
I've been saying that all day.
You don't like my my 80s rap reference.
No. Bad.
Well, it's like Family Guy is like, get out of here, 80s black guys. You're no match for the 90s black guys. It's like guy like Tupac and Ice Cube like got the guns. Yeah, you gotta see that clip to fully understand it. Okay, so our SSD here. This is the first time I've actually used a PCIe Gen 5 SSD. So our Intel 12th Gen and Ryzen 7000 are ready for PCIe 5. So we can use this new generation of super high speed NVMe SSDs. So plug in. Yeah.
Frizzy says love your work.
Frizy, hey Frizy, how you going? Good to have you with us.
Ray wants to know any other bills other than this one. New.
No, just this one tonight. And then tomorrow night, mate, I think we're doing yours. Maybe I shouldn't told you that. You might not be able to sleep properly. Nah, you'll be right. You'll be right. And so yeah, I'm pretty sure your old man said that he can swing by my place on Friday. I'm pretty sure. So happy days. Alright, so a PCIe Gen 5 drive is installed there. You have to install it in the top slot here. This is the only PCIe 5 slot on the motherboard. The others are just PCIe 4. So not that it makes a huge difference in performance, but with this the customer just wanted to go with like all the high-end stuff. So yeah, we went with this. We could have gone with some higher speed kits of RAM. The problem is a little bit less stability and stuff like that. So I chose this because I thought it was a good balance between performance and stability. But yeah, I mean, obviously, that's something that you could upgrade in the future. But don't make yourself the guinea pig. So they've just released these newer, like higher speed kits, and there's all sorts of problems, man. People are having issues with them left, right, and center. So yeah, my advice is if you're looking at super high speed RAM, maybe hold off for a few months, wait for a few BIOS updates on motherboards and stuff to make them play nicer. Yeah. Ah, cool, man. I appreciate it. Alright, so it's time to get our CPU cooler attached to our case.
People who take care of chickens are literally chicken tenders.
I guess. Okay, so here she is, the Infinity Edition. No way.
What?
Pre-mounted fans on this cooler.
Oh, fuck off.
Oh.
No way.
Oh, you know the key to a man's heart. Oh man. Look at that. Pre-applied.
Maybe you're gonna have to start selling more then.
Yeah, but
They are.
but these
expensive.
are expensive
They
fans
are.
though. So if you get this, you kind of got to get the rest of the fans to match.
Mhm.
And like, people don't necessarily want to spend all of their money on like the fancy fans. They'd
They
rather
are
spend.
$50 each.
Yeah, they're $50 each fans. So I mean, they're not cheap. And I mean, you need a few fans for a build like this. So okay, well,
Just a couple.
three pre-applied fans here, so that saves us a little bit of time. That's really cool. I'm happy about that. Okay, so what have we got here in terms of cables? So these look like cables from the controller.
Shit. That's one building. 764 meters long. It's called the Lion skyscraper.
It's like a mini version of what the Saudis want to do.
It is too. It's in Moscow.
Trust the Russians to want to build the line.
Duhas just gotta hope they don't have to come off for any reason.
The fans? Oh no, they've just got ordinary bolt holes. So yeah, it's nothing fancy or anything like that. So you can replace any of these fans. The only shit thing is with these ones, you'll have to take all three of them off if you want to change one. Just FYI. Alright, so we'll set up our controller here first. Just get that sort of taken care of. I've put the adhesive down there. This is it's got another piece there, so we can mount this wherever we want. We do need to plug in this tiny little cable here. And there we go. So 3 cables: power, data, and addressability. You don't really need both the data and the addressability. The data will talk to the Leon Lee app. The addressability will talk if you've got other RGB devices. But we can actually, we don't even need that addressable cable. We can do it all by through the Leon Lee app, because all of our RGB is going to be through that, other than our RAM, because Leon Lee doesn't make RAM. I don't think you can use their software to control the RAM as well. If I'm mistaken, I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the mushroom lady. The mushroom lady. You know, it's a bit of a shame, but you know, at the end of the day, she's not leaving mushroom for doubt.
Tim jumps on the mushroom bandwagon.
Yeah. I heard that she was complaining that there wasn't mushroom in her house, but she'll be complaining even more now. Alright, so we have to remove this bit of sticky on the bottom of our cooler, and then we need to apply some thermal compound. So what do they give us in terms of thermal compound here? Oh, they give us this nice generic stick. All they give us a little scraper, a little thing. Oh, that's fancy, isn't it? Bloody hell. Okay. I'll probably hand this straight over to the customer actually. So if he ever wants to reapply, he's got a unused tube there. I, on the other hand, have lots of thermal paste.
Yeah, there's no end to it. Ridiculous. I meant, like, you know how sometimes you need to put the fans on first and the radiator after, but realise this case won't have the issue. I think the other case, the other day, you had to do it.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. This case, I don't think we have that issue many times. Now you got him thinking. Can you turn that around?
Yeah.
Oh, you can take it off.
Yeah, you can take
cool.
it off. You can do whatever. They give you other pieces for it as well.
Oh, you should put that on.
Oh, I reckon it looks better like this.
RGB button. It's more like cool block.
Yeah. All right. I've settled on which direction I want the thing. But there is a couple of other.
The system's breaking things.
Yeah, apparently.
Tends to do that a lot. No, he doesn't. I'm just poking fun.
Yeah, I know. I feel like I'm missing a cable. Okay, alright. I guess not. Okay. So with your standard AMD brackets, I recommend doing it evenly. So apply the same amount of tension to both and do it bit by bit. Like I said, you don't have to get the torque wrench out. There we go. But it should be pretty even amount of pressure along both bolts. If it's not, then you're just going to end up with a problem. Like Ben's computer the other night, if you remember that. So his cooler wasn't quite mounted right, And once we fixed up some other issues, some other heat related issues, that was still sort of persisting. Okay. Oh well, that should be right. What's this for, babe?
Hmm? I don't know. What?
Or is it?
Yeah, that's for your cables or something. It's got a Leon Lee.
Yeah, I know.
On it.
I don't know what that's for.
It's something.
For
the tube?
I'm too old. I don't know. I don't know what it's for.
The tubes? The tubes.
But it only looks like it can go over one.
I don't know. Let's see if you can put it over both. Is it stretchy?
It's leather.
Ooh. What?
Yeah, now you can be confused as well.
Yeah, it fits. See? Look. No, I can't do it with one hand. It fits.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, the HYTE has glass on the front and on the side and on this little side panel here as well. So the HYTE comes with a pre-installed PCIe Gen 4 riser cable, and so you can side mount your graphics card. So we've got plenty of room to side mount here. There's even a bit of overhang there for our super chonky 4090, and worst case scenario, I'm pretty sure we'd be able to move that back if we had to anyway.
Dukas says maybe it's like a finger belt, some new fandangled trend.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so to install your motherboard, you actually need to take out this piece here. So this bit here is connected to our riser cable. I can't remember with this. The top just pops off, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Or does it slide off?
Looks like you pull up at that back tabby bit.
The tabby bit, like the cat.
You see yeah, there you go, see? There's a little space bit where you can put your finger in there to lift it up.
Alright. So, we've got some 140s here for the side. So, slightly bigger fans than our 120s, and they go on the side here. So that way you don't have like the gaps. It looks like it's completely full of fan, which is what you want. Alrighty.
Oh, no way. That's actually kind of cool. Homeless dude, or dude who hasn't had a house for the past 9 months, turned a $5 Melbourne Cup bet into a 6-figure song.
Oh, damn.
He's set to buy a house after this. That's pretty cool, I guess. I hate horse racing, but
at least someone got something out of it.
yeah.
Okay, so our Leon Lee fans, they all sort of slide together, which makes them like a little bit easier to install, I guess. Alright, so this is probably like the most boring part of the build here, is just when I'm screwing in fans. It's sort of a very self-explanatory thing. I don't have a lot to say on the subject of fans. The only thing I can say is just a general comment on the physics of fans. The sort of equation that you need to think about when you're designing your PC case and stuff, and you're trying to design the airflow, is the size of the fan blades directly corresponds to how much air that those fan blades can push. Now, I'm not going to go and give you the bloody equation for, you know, the surface area of the fan blades to volume of air. I don't even look at it that closely. I look at things like the size and the RPM equals the volume of air that it moves. So if I've got 3 120mm fans, and they're the intake fans, then ideally, if I want good airflow through my case, I want to have at least 3 120mm fans pushing air out the other way. Because if you want good airflow, your volume of air being pushed in should be equal to the volume of air pushing out. As soon as you start sort of going away from that, that's called positive and negative pressure, depending which way you go. And that can have its benefits, but it comes, those particular benefits come at the expense of like ideal optimal airflow. And so one of the downsides of ideal and optimal airflow is it can potentially mean more dust is in your PC. So that can be a bit of a pain. Is there a packet of fans that I've forgotten to bring in? Some 120mm ones.
Yes.
Sweet. And yeah, that's basically what you got to consider when you're designing a PC, when you're doing a custom build. You can sort of spend a lot of time sort of freaking out about stuff like that, or you can just try to understand it on a really, really simple level, like what I just said. You don't have to pull out the calculator or anything like that. I mean, you can if you want, don't let me stop you, but you just don't. It's not a requirement. Just gotta think same size fan going at the same RPM will move the same amount of air. Oh, nice. Okay. So you need to attach one of these fans for each of the fans that are in a separate place. So if you're not linking them together, they have to have their own individual cable. And that's pretty much like that's really all I've got to say about this sort of stuff right here. Like it's pretty straightforward stuff. There's no need, like I was saying, there's no need to pull out the calculator or anything like that to get this right. Just to understand some really rudimentary concepts to do with the flow of air. And this is why I say to people, there's nothing super hard about building a PC, just like there's nothing super hard about being a mechanic, changing oil and stuff like that, you know, as a comparison. I would say that being a mechanic's probably a bit more in depth than fixing PCs, to be honest. And the mechanic would probably say the opposite, but that's just what you know. So for me, I grew up playing and fixing computers. Some people grew up playing and fixing cars. So if you didn't grow up with the computers, you'll be like, oh man, computers super hard. I don't even know any of that stuff. And that's completely normal because we're not all going to have, you know, the same experience and the same skill sets. Kill sets. Kill sets, yeah. Same with that. Same with that.
Well, I hope not.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to lie this down for this next bit. Yeah.
Rising says, always thought more air, more cool. And depth makes a lot of sense with equal pressure.
Yeah. So I mean, in general, yeah, you're right. More air, more air, more cool. But like, you'll find that there are some there are some smaller cases around, and you just can't fit as many fans. But it's not necessarily as big a problem as you might think. But you just want to make sure that your volume in equals your volume out, because you don't want to end up with you don't want to end up with a system that just like overheats, because that'll, you know, you'll have a pretty bad time with your PC if it just turns off after you've just put it together and you just start to use it. And that happens a fair bit. Especially with like smaller form factor builds becoming more popular. I mean, just look at Benjamin's issue the other day, like with his PC. I mean, he's pulling his hair out, and that's completely normal, because people will say to you, "Oh, building a PC's easy. You should just do it yourself, man." Blah 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 blah. And you know, that's all well and good. You know, maybe it is fairly easy. But the problem is, if you don't have all the knowledge about it, if something goes wrong, you don't even know where to begin. And you know, I get people all the time who come in and, you know, they start building their PC, and then they realise they've bitten off more than they can chew, and they either come back after the fact and they're like, "Oh, can you tidy up the cables for me? And I've got this problem with blah blah blah. Can you fix that for me?" And you know, that's fine. I'm happy to help people out with that. But you know, if you're time poor, sometimes it just makes sense to get it built for you. Because even if you know a bit about PCs, like Ryan here in the comments, I've known Ryan for years. I used to work with him. He used to work for me at Asahi, actually. So yeah, like we know, and he also grew up playing around with PCs and stuff like that. But for him, he hasn't been keeping up with the technology. So he didn't know what to do when he needed the new PC last time, and he just paid me to build it for him. Of course, we're friends. I gave him a good deal on that. But that just gives you an idea. Even if you've got that background, you don't have time to spend 5 hours researching all the best parts, and you know, and if anything happens, you don't have like 5 hours to spend troubleshooting it for yourself. And that's the other thing that you can get, that I offer, is if you do want to learn how to build a PC, if you buy all the components for a PC from me, and there'll be like a markup on the components compared to, you know, like Scorptech or something like that. And if you buy the whole lot through me, then you'll be able to call me up and ask me questions if you have problems with the build process. So I'll be like basically what happens is I'm like a silent partner. You give it a go, you try and solve your problems and stuff, but if you get really, really stuck and all that, you've got some help. Because that can be the hardest thing, because if you buy all your parts from, like, say, Umart or Scorptech, and you go and build your own PC, you know, they aren't going to want to, you know, do too much to help you. They're not going to tell you much over the counter to help you fix your problem. So you need to consider that, yeah, potentially you won't get a lot of support if something does go wrong. And unfortunately, it's not necessarily as simple as just going onto Reddit and seeing the first solution that someone had to the problem, because that's very rarely actually a proper solution to the problem. Because sometimes you can get the same thing stuffing up, right, on with different fundamental causes. And so you might be seeing a certain error and another person solved it by doing this, but for you, the problem's caused by something else.
So,
yeah.
Frizzy says, where'd it go? I lost touch around 06. You saved me.
Yes. It happens, man. I get all kinds of people contacting me about a build. Yeah, exactly.
Worst thing I reckon is trying to figure out if you have a driver software issue or defective hardware.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. Like, if you do what I do, then you're just going to you assume that it's a hardware problem before you go chasing software. Whereas the average person trying to, like, do the DIY thing with their PC, yeah, they're sort of in a different situation there. I think I'm going to have to take out freaking panels at the front to fit this right. Or can I get away with just taking this back fan out?
No, you have to disassemble everything.
Oh, please no. Please, it's getting late. Oh, damn. We are going to have to disassemble these fans.
Really?
Yeah, because this case is actually designed to have the fans on the bottom and the radiator at the top.
Of course.
Yeah. So I'm like trying to put it in. I'm like, why isn't this fitting? This size cooler definitely fits in this case. What is going on? Yep. So look, it's not too big a deal, but it's enough of a deal to be like, eh. I got all excited.
Of course you.
I was like, yay, Leon Lee saved me time with this cooler. And HYTE's like, yeah, no, just hold my beer, mate. We'll fix that.
We'll lull you into like a false.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, false senses of security. Yeah. Okay. So, to install your cooler, you got to take this bracket off the top. So I'll show you how that goes. Okay, so if we very, very carefully... Yeah. Hey Nicholas, how you going? Good to have you with us as always. Hopefully not too cold yet in your part of the world. Alright, so yeah, you get the bracket in between your fans and your radiator. So you want your fans on the inside because yeah, I mean they are illuminated. Okay. You stay out of the way for now. Okay. That is how we install our radiator.
I really want somebody to get one of these and paint it blue, put like coral in the bottom. That would look cool. Make it a fish tank. Looks like a fish tank.
What we should do is get a like one of those like industrial printers that can print onto like any surface, and then do custom Leon Lee panels and shit like that.
Yes.
See, Aftershock's doing that, so why aren't we doing that?
Sounds pretty cool.
I reckon it is.
You could use my PC as a guinea pig.
Mm-hmm.
Because I wanted to put a Sailor Moon thing on it. You do that and stick it.
What is that cord on?
He's got that other tin of sardines too.
Not really.
Good fatty dude.
Okay, so after all that, we should be back on track. Back on track. I feel like that should be an 80s song, but I know there's no song from the 80s called Back on Track. Huh? I said now I'm back on track, and I said back on track. It sounds like an 80s song, but I know there's no 80s song called Back on Track. Now she's like, oh, I'm going to look that up. Nah, there's definitely not an 80s song called Back on Track. And I'll eat my words if there is, but I think I know my 80s music well enough.
Oh, there's a right.
No. Back on track. I'm not I am not stuttering. It's like Family Guy and the Loan Shark episode.
Yeah, no, there isn't.
There isn't. Yeah, I know. Yeah. It's like Family Guy and the Loan Shark episode. You know, like they're at the casino and they've lost all their money and they go see a loan shark, and they're like signing a contract with him, and then he's like, okay, yep, just a couple more items here to go over at the end. So, firstly, do I look like a schmuck to you? No. Good. Sign here, initial there. Now, what was the second one? Do you think this is some kind of game? No. Okay, initial here. And my date of birth, was it yesterday? No. Okay. They're like, oh shit, that loan shark guy sounded kind of serious. Mm-hmm. Okay. So we're not going to see too much of these fans under here, but they'll still provide a bit of an underglow there.
Rising says, "Ha, remember that episode?" Yes. Somebody else who
Yes.
understands.
Yes. It's pretty funny. Even if you don't like Family Guy, that particular sketch is fucking gold. Like the dude who's asking the questions is like, you know, black hair, suspenders, white shirt. He's got like a couple of guys up behind him and stuff like that. Looks like a mob boss. And he's just like giving him the the harsh questions. Okay.
Says the Family Guy. With his clothes still in grime.
Yep. Okay, so yeah, we're coming along here. After this, we've got all of our fans mounted. How good's that? Okay. So we can actually go ahead and just plug in our riser cable there to the board. Oh, I might want to fix that. We are using slot 2. Let's just take that out of the way there. There we go. It had like a halfway hole in between. Ugh. I don't know what the fuck happened there. The third hole.
No, wait. Braces don't break that.
No. Okay, so we've got all of our fans mounted. Got all these cables there. Got our motherboard all but installed. So we can go ahead, we can get a few of these other things attached to the motherboard. Things like our front panel audio.
I thought that was recent.
Huh?
Oh, I saw a picture of. I saw this too. I was like, she looks like recent. I was just scrolling really fast, and I was like, huh, what? No.
Alright, so USB 3, USB-C, because this case is got it all. And yeah, if anyone was wondering how much this cost, a lot, okay?
What the fuck?
Yeah. Right. Oh, I've got totally different Leon Lee cables. Are you serious? So I need 2 Leon Lee controllers. That's fun.
What? Really?
Mm-hmm. It's super fun. Okay, so I need this one Leon Lee controller just for the fans on the radiator. And then I need this other Lian Li controller from here to handle everything else. Okay, so we need two because things and stuff. All right. Now there's a different type of connection. Okay, controller one.
Are those bays on the back there hard drive?
No. Yeah. These don't even want to. This doesn't even want to stick down. Yeah, it just doesn't want to. Just doesn't want to bloody stick. Oh, I love the quality, eh? What's the point in having the adhesive if it doesn't frickin' stick to anything? No. How about I stick them to each other? There we go. Alright, so now we got this crazy ass box because nothing will stick to each other. So I'm just going to zip tie these power cables together, and hopefully that will sort of allow it to sort of stick together a little bit more, be a bit reinforced. Oh, it's all good. We're going with the stuck to each other solution.
Okay.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. There's so much plastic from all this shit. Oh, I was looking for some scissors, something to cut. Ah, here we go. And so yeah, that'll just sort of sit there once the power supply is in place. There really won't be too much room in there anyway, so okay. Well, everything's in place except for our power supply and our streamers. Let's not forget our streamers. Okay. And so these are just RGB cable extenders. Right? So they literally just, they don't make your computer more powerful or anything like that. All they do, they're just an extension cable. I think I'm happy with that, or would I rather it? No, I prefer it like this, I think. Because and the reason is because of how the graphics card one's going to be put in place. All right, so the plastic accumulation continues. Oh yay, another one of these things. Sticks to plastic really well.
Yucky. No. Tick. Come here. Bush ticks.
Damn, we've got 3 USB 2 ports and I've still run out of USB 2s. Yeah. Just do a little bit for you. I won't have any. Yeah, just do like a quarter or a third for yourself. We'll have the rest tomorrow. Okay, so look, I'll try one of these little splitter cables. Sometimes it doesn't play nicely with the graphics card, but yeah.
Radiator's beautiful case. I would really consider buying this. Unfortunately, it's $200. Yeah.
Yep.
You should see how much the one is with the screen. It's like nearly 700.
650 or so with the screen. Okay. Oh, don't drop your power supply. So we have a modular power supply here, so we don't have to plug in every single cable, but we will need most stuff.
We're having a bit of a growth spurt in this.
Yeah, we're nearly there. So we don't need any of the PCIe cables. We don't need any of the Molex cables. We do need CPU cables, and we do need some SATA cables. I seem to have a shitload of SATA powered devices here, so we're going to plug them all in. Plug them all in. Yeah, I think it's a splitter for the audio head.
Comes with the case.
Yeah.
We'll go put it in the box there. No, you can't eat it. What's that in your mouth? What have you been eating? Still. No, you've got something in your mouth. Car.
Typical dog.
It's like I'm speaking to a 2-year-old. Car.
Mm-hmm.
Car.
Well, they got the mental age of like 4, I think, when they're like adults.
She's what, 10 months?
Yeah, so she's like 2.
No.
They're terrible 2s, hey. Yeah. Don't look up at me. Try to get sympathy off me.
Even a puppy. Since we have a beast PC today, no bottlenecks, right, Tim?
No bottlenecks. No, absolutely not. Man, these freaking controllers are like... These freaking controllers are doing my head in, eh? There's 3 fucking controllers.
That's too many.
Fucking oath, it's too many. Serious? I have to trim down a plastic connector to freaking fit that through. That's a bit annoying. Oh man, I can't believe I need 3 controllers and there's a total of 4 USB 2 internal connections in this. We might not even be done yet. We might even have more stuff after all this. we might need a what do you call it? A USB 2 internal hub.
Oh, fuck off.
We'll see how we go with this. But we might even need something else. Okay. Bloody hell.
How's your night going, Tim?
We're getting there.
Are you having fun yet?
Am I having fun yet? Oh, yeah.
Oh, jeez. That's a really big box.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, jeez. Good on you, Christine. Move. Do you want that?
Nah.
No. It's a 49. You expected it to have something cool in the box. No.
I knock the cable. What did I do? What did I do? Alrighty. Well, I'm getting a bit tired, so I'm going to go run the stress test on it. So we'll set this up for a 90-minute run. And okay. Sweet as. So we just let this run for the next 90 minutes. We'll log all of our temperatures and stuff. I'll have to have a bit more of a play around with the RGB, make sure that's all working fine. But yes, all in all, everything's looking pretty good. Okay, so look, now if you've got any other final questions for me before I sign off, now is your chance to speak. If not, I'm going to go have some pie and go to bed because I'm tired. Alrighty. Thanks for that, Ray. But yeah, I think that's where we'll leave it for tonight. So thanks everyone for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you all in the next video.